If you plant just one thing wrong this July, your whole garden could be dead by August, and I'm not kidding. Because right now, in the middle of this brutal heat, is actually the smartest time to plant, not the worst. Today I'm walking you through the 5 crops you will seriously regret skipping if you don't get them in the ground this month. And stick around, because crop number 4 is the one almost everyone gets backwards, and by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to keep your garden thriving all the way through fall instead of watching it die out like most people's do. So grab a coffee, let's get into it. First up, beans. And honestly, they're the easiest win you'll get all summer. They love this heat, they sprout fast, and bugs barely touch them compared to tomatoes, peppers, or squash, which basically turn into a buffet the second the weather gets sticky. You don't need to babysit them indoors, just sow them straight into the garden, if you're somewhere brutally sunny, down south, or out in a desert climate. Throw a light shade cloth over your rows for the first couple weeks after they sprout. It keeps the young pods soft instead of tough and stringy. If you're somewhere cooler, skip that step entirely. Next, and this one surprises people every single year, potatoes. Most folks think potatoes are strictly a spring thing, but midsummer is honestly one of the best times to get a second round going for fall. Water regularly, feed every couple weeks, and let the first real frost do the work for you. That's what naturally kills the plant back and tells you it's harvest time. Once you dig them up, they'll store for months, so you're basically setting yourself up with potatoes clear through winter. Timing depends on your first frost date. Frost by late September or early October. Get them in early July. Frost holding off till late October or November, you've got until late July. Either way, about 2 weeks to sprout, then a couple more months to size up. Quick Trick organic grocery store potatoes work great since they're not treated to stop sprouting, but skip the regular non-organic ones. Those will usually just rot in the ground instead of growing. Before we get into the next 3, and trust me, they get more interesting from here, if this is useful, hit subscribe on Grow Grain right now. Because we're dropping videos exactly like this every single week, and you genuinely don't want to miss what's coming. Crop number 3, basil, and this one's a bit of a hidden gem. If you planted basil back in spring, it's probably sending up flower stalks right now, and once that happens, the leaves turn bitter. That's completely normal, it's just what heat does. The fix? Plant a fresh round right now. A young batch started in July carries you all the way to first frost with soft, fragrant leaves the whole time. Start it indoors in trays or sow it straight into the garden. Basil isn't picky either way. If you're somewhere humid where mildew's a problem, look for varieties bred to resist it. It'll save you a ton of frustration later. Now here's the one I told you about, crop number 4, lettuce, specifically romaine, and this is the one that trips up almost every beginner because it seems completely backwards. Lettuce actually hates heat, to the point where it barely germinates once temperatures climb above about 70 degrees. So instead of tossing seeds into a hot garden bed where they'll just sit there doing nothing. Start them indoors somewhere cool, let them grow into seedlings, then transplant outside once the weather eases up, usually mid to late July depending on your frost date. It feels backwards to plant a cool weather crop in the middle of summer, but that's exactly the point. You're timing it so it matures right as fall rolls in. And the payoff is real. Fall lettuce comes out sweeter and way less bitter than anything from a spring planting, because those cool nights keep it from bolting. And finally, crop number 5, cucumbers and zucchini. These two are sprinters, not marathon runners. They germinate fast, grow fast, produce a ton of fruit fast, and burn out fast too. Usually just 2 to 3 months of solid production before the vines get tired. The mistake most people make, they plant one round early on and keep nursing those same half-dead vines all the way through fall, wondering why they're barely getting fruit. Don't do that. Plant fresh seedlings every 4 to 6 weeks, so right as one batch winds down, the next is ramping up. And plant the new ones somewhere different than the old vines were. It cuts down on pests and disease building up in the soil. So that's it. 5 crops, and now you know exactly how to avoid your garden dying out by August like I warned you at the start. But before you go, one more thing. If you want to see all of this play out in real time, the wins, the mistakes, the actual harvests, that's exactly what we do here every single week. So smash subscribe on Grow Grain, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and drop a comment telling me which one of these 5 you're planting first, because I genuinely want to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.